Thank you so much for staying with us. You're welcome back. It is still the AM Weekend Show. And like I said before we went for the break, we're going to be looking into youth and the hustle in Nigeria. A lot of people have gone from looking for a career path to finally finding one, only to get into the space and find out that your career is just not enough anymore. So you are left with the option of picking a side hustle. And we've gone from one side hustle to the second, to the third. And there's just so much that youths of nowadays are doing. And we don't really know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're going to be dissecting it with our guest who has just joined us. He goes by the name Mr. Joseph Nnaji. He happens to be also known as Joe Sax, a passionate multi-instrumentalist, a music minister, a mentor who has been on a journey of purpose and growth for a very long time. He serves as the manager of Aroma Worshippers Music Ministry and also leads EquiThrive Global, a platform where he mentors young people in purpose, leadership, relationship, and finance. He's also the host of Try Again Today series. If you're on Facebook, then you might be familiar with this. And he's also a personal growth and self-development initiative that has helped many overcome setbacks and keep moving forward. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Such a powerful bio. I'm looking at it and saying, God, what am I doing with my life?
You don't know.
I'm not sure that's
Trace back.
I felt that was not even me.
It's not even, yeah,
Oh,
actually.
No. I mean, it was too much.
No,
You don't know you're doing all these things.
Anyway.
I did not even finish reading everything.
Wow.
Thank God for
just
grace.
few parts of it. Wow.
Thank God for grace. Yes.
Interesting. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
I'm
joining.
glad
How
to
you
be here.
doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm
We are
okay.
fine.
I'm
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, so I'll start with, let's just hear a little about Try Again series. What happened? How did you come about it?
Oh, okay. Growing up, I've always had this, what would I call it now? I've had this push from my dad in particular. There was this, I've told this story somewhere where every holiday he makes us learn something new. So by the time I was done with secondary school, I had done things people doing their internship in university were trying to get to do.
Oh.
So I grew up on time in that aspect. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the idea of Try Again came last year. Sometime last year, January last year, I started posting Try Again Today. Every day I just post on my status, Try Again Today. I didn't know what I was building up to. But after a while, it was clear what it would be. After I had a summit last year, and I felt counseling people and seeing what problems I have to counsel people on showed me the amount of things we need to correct in the society. So I had to start putting out things out there. And for the past 46 weeks, I've posted Try Again Today every Monday. For the past 46. I started January this year. It turned out bigger than I expected. It was supposed to be, it was just in my sitting room with camera and, but I later had to extend to looking for a space where just to improve on the excellence. But it has been amazing. Testimonies and people have grown from it, just from it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing. I followed the series myself, and I must say that they are really, really interesting and really inspiring. I'm really glad to see young men come out to do a lot of mighty things. And with your bio, I really cannot tell if yours will be the positive side of the hustle culture, but we're going to deep dive into it. So
we'll look into that.
Briefly, in your own understanding, how would you describe the hustle culture, and why do you think it has become so dominant among Nigerian youths today?
Okay, first of all, hustle is not a bad thing. It's not. Now, the original idea behind hustle is the urgency, not just effort. The urgency. That was the main idea behind hustle. In fact, the first time I really had to look into the word hustle, I heard it from a movie. One guy was talking about trying to hustle and get money and pay for a drug. I can't remember the movie, but it was more like, I'm not going to work, I'm going to just find a way to do it fast and just pay for it, So the idea of hustle was to make people fast, urgency and all that. But, in our society, we know how to take things to we take things to the extreme. A young graduate wakes up and decides that, this course I studied is not enough for me. He goes into selling something online, and we start, how would I put it now? We start adding, and then motivational speakers are not helping us. So someone keeps telling you need 5 streams of income. Now you see yourself inadequate.
Multiple streams of income.
You are looking at yourself as inadequate. And there is this subconscious need for validation that comes. You want to In fact, at the moment, the idea of hustling here is to show that you are making progress and fast. That's the idea. And like I said, hustle is not bad. The bad thing is, what is your hustle? If your hustle is good, if the means is good, it's a good hustle. If the means is bad, it can be a bad hustle. People sell drugs, people, all these vices in society, people prostitution and all that. It's still hustle.
Wow.
The idea is to make money fast. That's the idea behind the hustle itself. I think that's basically, from my own perspective, hustle is not bad. It's the reason behind the hustle that makes it what it is.
All right. Now, you said something about, motivational speakers not helping the matter and making you feel inadequate, therefore making you want to do more than one thing. Do you think, I don't know, but I bet to differ to a large extent, because sometimes people don't feel inadequate because somebody said so, but inside of you, you already know that you're not able to, pay your bills, you're not able to do certain things that you need to do and certain things that you want to do for yourself because you're not earning so much. Therefore, you now want to do many other things to help you. So is it as a result of maybe other people validating you and making you feel like you're not enough, or just that your situation, your circumstances has made you understand that you need to hustle more? Okay,
there are external consequences, there are external reasons why people try to hustle, and there are internal. This comes from a place of when you understand who you are. That's one of the reasons why I put up the meeting Evaluate 2.0 that I'll be having next week. The idea is seeing where you're supposed to be and knowing where you are now and tracking back to know the route you need to take. Now, you see, people are so bent on making it fast. Everybody has a unique journey. And like I said, motivational speakers, they tell you their own stories. I can tell you my own story now. Like I've mentioned my own story now. If someone can pressure their child into trying to become like me, just because I said that by XS3, I had done things that people in the university want to do.
Okay.
So you see, the unique journey is something everybody needs to discover. In fact, there should be a place of purpose discovery beyond the hustle. There should be a place of purpose discovery, because sometimes what you are seeing as the internal checks for you is actually you comparing yourself to another person's journey. You are seeing you are seeing someone that maybe is your age mate, and you are saying, this guy is going fine, he has gotten married, he has a child, I get that a lot. Some people that I grew up with that have not been able to do the things I have done, they are trying to, they come to me and ask why. I'm just saying, I have a unique journey, and my own habits actually built the person I am now. So I didn't try, let's put it this way. You want a mango tree. I can't just uplift a mango tree from somewhere and come and keep here in the present. I need to plant a mango seed and expect the tree sometime later. Do you understand? So, me saying motivational speakers, I'm saying that people talk to you from their experiences. Everything I'm telling you now is from my experience. Another person sitting here and you're asking the person the same thing you're asking me, the person will move from the person's experience also. The person will have to say things in that way. And so when you pick up these things wrongly, the idea now is wrongly, you are picking their own unique journey instead of the principles they are telling you. Now, in everything I've said, I've mentioned purpose discovery, and I've mentioned development, I mentioned daily routine. This is what you should pick, not what I did.
Okay.
I made a video last week and I said, one of the things I used to know people that have not discovered purpose is that every new thing seems like their own thing. They see a new job opportunity, they go into it. They see a new way of making income, they go into it without asking questions just because it is new. But if you find out your unique journey, everything will not make sense to you. If I use Enugu for an example, if I'm going to Holy Ghost, I can't come out here and start going to a ShopRite. It's impossible from this place now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yes, there needs to be an understanding of your unique journey before you can even match your thoughts as regarding your own situation around you. I understand there's a place of survival while discovering and developing yourself. There's a place of it. That is what brings the hustle mentality. But let me tell you, there is no way you sit at something for the next 2-3 years and you will not make out something from it.
Okay.
I personally, I've been speaking, but I just dedicated this year to this aspect of me, the public speaking, the conference speaker. Just imagine in the past 11 months, I've taken strides that I can't imagine because I kept at it and I kept a routine. I know where I'm headed. I've tracked back to where I am. So I found out the route I'm supposed to take. I don't know if this is clear enough.
Yeah,
yes,
it's clear.
Okay, I'm already provoked.
Downloading.
I'm thinking a lot of
taking
things.
it in.
So, like what you said now, I remember what you said about motivational speakers pressuring you. I strongly believe that there are many things that puts us under pressure.
Yes.
And because I remember there was this time, from my experience now, let me speak from my experience. I remember there was this time when I started my baking journey, and when someone wants to introduce me, they'll say CEO, D Cakes and Bakes. So, and I had a lot of friends, my friends who started the hair business, CEO this, CEO that. So there was this time I was talking to some of my friends who didn't have, a business they were running, and they're like, "Oh, more, everybody don't be CEO now. Everybody know which one we go find now." So I strongly agree with what you said about people pressuring you, not necessarily internally, but looking at it from another aspect now. We're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Personally, I know what I'm going through.
Yeah, you have to hustle.
A lot of people feel the need to add to what they are doing, and you just keep adding. And at this point, I can bet you that there are many people who are no longer focused on passion anymore because they need to eat.
Passion is underrated.
It is.
Have you overrated?
I think it's
So
just
in such a situation, because with what you're saying now, you're saying if you can find your path and you stay with it for the next 1-2 years, at first it may not make sense, which means at first it may not bring you the money you want and all of that, but if you can stay through. Now, the reality is so many people cannot stay through because now who don't chop, go pursue. So what would a young person do given that situation?
Now, you see, a young person is relative. I did a teaching on patterns to life. So there is birth, there is education, that is academics, then there is career. This is a pattern. You have to settle your education first before you get into a career, then probably family. What happens is that we keep switching these things. You see someone that has gone into the career aspect of life without completing the education. Normally, what you would have done is that while you are at the educational level, that is when you are still tender, when you can still bend into any shape, when you can still adjust, and you can actually learn stuff if you even have the right guidance. One of the things we miss is right guidance. I had this problem. I met a mentor. My mentor is Dr. Casey Richards. One of the first things I asked him was, in fact, our first session ever, I said, how do I navigate purpose and surviving financially? And the same thing kept repeating in my head. You have to start on time. If you don't start on time, that is where you have this pressure. Plus, social media is not helping us. There's so much pressure, And again, as a person, you need to understand that anything you avoid doing now, in 2 years' time, you'll still be left with that thing. Let me say, you are supposed to sit down now and learn a skill, but you decided to pursue money. Okay, I've seen people do it. Instead of learning a valuable skill, a skill that remains with you, you decide to go for something, maybe a sales girl post. You get money temporarily. We don't think long term. That's the problem we have as youths in this country. We don't think long term. I'm saying that nobody can really die of hunger in this generation now.
okay.
I've seen people that have navigated. That's why you need to first of all have something. You need to have something that you survive with. Why pursuing passion and purpose?
Okay, now let's clarify something.
Survival mode.
Let's clarify something. You've said two. I don't know how to put it, but it feels like you're saying two different things at the same time. First of all, you said that there is a pattern people should follow. You have to.
If you start early.
Okay, if you start early.
Yes.
Now, there are people, I might use myself as an example here. There are people that start early, but, circumstances, especially in Nigeria, will happen to you that you see that. For me, I finished secondary school at 16, but I wrote JAMB 4 times because I was looking for one particular something, right? So now, I had 4 years that was just there, which means if I waited to go into school before I talk about my career or maybe look for a way to get money, now finishing school, it might be around 26, 25 that I'm done with school. Then after I'm done with school at 26, I'll start doing career at that particular time. Now, people wouldn't even take you serious. What have you been doing with your life all through that? At 26, you're starting from the scratch again to look for a career. So you've seen that, the environment have, changed or, have shaped you into one thing. You need to get yourself
Survival mode.
Survive first of all. So aside from that, now let's look at the past and now. I remember our parents, my dad is a retired civil servant, right? So during their own time, they can just do one thing and figure out life and do life to a large extent without wanting to do any other thing extra, right? And even after that, their pension can keep them to a long time.
Yes.
Right now. So how do we compare? And it feels like now we have even better opportunities, but it seems like we hustle more this particular time than our parents' time. So how do we balance it now? What are the factors that made it change to this point?
Okay, first of all, the factors that affected that was one of the first things that affected it is social media.
Okay.
The digital age affected it. Our parents, they didn't have a way of seeing how the world was working on a large scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were more locally inclined. They were just here. They just know the people next street. Maybe when everybody comes back during the Christmas, you'll be able to hear what other people who live in other places are doing and all that. Do you understand? They didn't know that. But immediately we had smartphones. Changed everything. It brought opportunities, but built in a new mindset in us. Because now we are trying to get things done on the global stage. And now already by that exposure to social media, that is where the pressure comes from. It's not looking as if what we are doing is not enough. And again, times are changing. In fact, the reality is that whatever time we are in now is still going to change. The only people that don't make progress are those that don't embrace change on time. You just hold on to the present. Sentimental value to the present. Times are changing. Remember when we were telling people to go and learn word processing with Microsoft and all those stuff? You cannot say that to somebody now in this stage. It's not like it's not a valid skill, but there's AI. Before they had to go through. How did you do your final year project?
How did I do it?
Your final year project in school.
I worked on it. I'm working on it presently.
How I'm saying now. How are you doing it?
I'm working with
Online resources.
Yes.
They had to read so much. Life was relatively simple for them. And again, we don't have this generation. We were born into the global recession. Things changed. There is hyperinflation and all that. Then I heard someone say he did his wedding in 20 naira. Are you joking?
Whoa.
20 naira then has value.
Exactly my point.
I remember my dad saying that they bought people buy plots of land for 120 naira.
Exactly.
Like
my dad said,
How did he share it?
I don't know if you're getting me now.
Family members will cook for you.
Not even about family members. Yes, then you didn't know that there was something like they didn't have the idea of a vendor or
vendors, event planners,
and all. Those things were existing then, but not on that scale. So then they just found a way, and again they were content.
Yeah,
they were very content. We are nowhere near that. I'm saying generally. I'm just saying generally. This generation, we are not near anywhere being content because.
Now, what does content actually mean? Mean that you're uncomfortable, but you have to accept being uncomfortable, or that you have what you have, but you need to get more. So I don't know how to put, but where do we draw the line of being content and just being there, knowing that you need to do more, but you just being lazy at some point? How do we draw the line for somebody being content and being lazy?
Okay, it's first of all in the mind.
Because
it's a mindset.
I feel like you're already under pressure.
No.
I mean, like this question you just asked made me instantly. I was watching you, and instantly I felt like this question you're asking is a question that pressure can make you ask.
It's not exactly pressure, because sometimes I find myself being okay. I knew that at my age, I know I'm doing so a large extent, I am okay. But at the same time, I feel like I need more. So I'm needing more. Sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm not being content anymore, but I needing more. You understand?
Is the idea behind that?
That's the pressure.
Is the idea behind that? Like I said, what is driving your idea? You getting more? This is a question you need to answer. What is driving you getting more? Is it that you don't have, or there is a reason? Okay, see.
I don't have enough.
You don't have enough, or you think you don't have enough?
Well, you don't have enough, or you're not doing enough.
I'm doing enough, but I don't have enough.
Now, this is the problem. This is what hustle is doing. Hustle has made everything all about money. Now, it's not all about money.
It's not necessarily about money.
You are saying have.
It's about comfortability.
You are saying have now.
Yes, because money will fuel some of the things that will make you comfortable.
I agree.
no.
I agree. I agree. Money
That's what
answers.
we're saying.
Even in the Bible says money answers all things. I agree. But see the thing, you have to be able to draw the line in your mind first of all, because number one, why are you making money? You need to answer those questions. Are you making money to live a kind of lifestyle?
Don't even have energy for
It's lifestyle. Let me tell you something. One of the most powerful tools I have even seen in recent times is the media space. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about movie industry. Very powerful tool. What they have projected in our mindset. Someone made a statement and I agree with it. He said the Hollywood is more powerful than the American army. And I agree with it. They shape culture, shape mindsets.
True.
Who told you that you need to have certain kind of money, dress in a certain type of way to be fulfilled? I'm not negating those things. I'm not saying that those things are bad. I'm just saying that is what has made us have this drive, this constant need, this constant hustle. The constant hustle is to make money and make it fast. Now, see the thing now. You are thinking of making it fast. That's what you're thinking now. That is what happens. Because our parents, see what our parents did. Our parents did something. These people could save for a plot of land for next 20 years.
But does that make it right? Why will I be saving for a plot of land for 20 years?
Now look at that. But what are you earning? And how much is plot of land? And what are you earning? How long are you going to work to get that? This is what built the hustle. I don't know if you're saying this is what built the hustle mindset. Because now, as a civil servant, you are seeing businessmen, in quotes, do what you want to do in the next 20 years, do it in 3 years. You have to step up.
So now, how do we solve our problem?
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're almost out of time. I feel like we have to continue this conversation. So, unfortunately, it's taking this thing personal, unusually personal, but so that we don't drift too far away. So, with what you've said, I picked a couple of things. You mentioned the reason why there's this hustle culture, which is largely pressure,
Yes.
social media, and we can't deny the economy is crazy.
It's crazy.
So when we put all these things together, truth is that they are affecting us. They are indeed affecting us. But now you said something. You said, at the end of the day, if a person can discover their purpose and where they're going to, what they need to do, are we saying that what we need to do is to try and ignore these factors that are affecting us and just put our head in that one place that we have seen to be our path and stay on it long enough, then things will work?
Okay.
Would that be the solution?
For me, I will have to read the scripture. It says, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
Okay.
Some of us decided to go big when we are not even able to do little things. We are not able to wake up on time. That's why we lost time. You watch so much movies. You could not count for your time. You could not read your book. You read 3 days to the exam. Some people read the night to the exam. So you see, these little habits had made us the kind of people we are. So when it is time, we are looking for how to just get everything at once, which is the wrong way. So like I said, if you start small, okay, see, small is relative. Why do I say this? My small may not be your small. There are people that have what I call soft landing. So they have guidance and all that, But as a human being, you need to have a bigger picture. The reason why we are trying to hustle the way we are hustling is that we have a perceived big picture, a perceived something, our target, we're targeting something. So that's why we're adding more effort. We're adding more effort. Now, answering your question, I'm going to say this. Start where you are. Just start where you are. It may not be easy. I keep saying this. One of the things that make people, that's why we're having so many vices in society, because people are not able to stay true to what they started. It's not about starting, it's continuing. Continuing. Some of the things you are able to do now, you didn't just wake up and it became part of you.
True.
It doesn't work that way. That's why let me just use this opportunity and talk about the reason why I started EquiThrive. I started it to be able to merge the things not taught in school and the things not taught in church. So that gap in between what you hear, whatever you learned in school, and whatever you learned, whatever they're teaching in church, I had to bridge that gap. And so it has prompted me to do those try again videos, have the summit I'm supposed to have by the beginning of next month, Everybody needs to sit down and evaluate. What you should be asking yourself is, where am I headed?
Define your success at every point.
You need to know where you are headed. And life is like a journey. I'll use this to end. Life is like a journey. And every journey, there are key factors in every journey. Like, you can't start a journey if you don't know your destination. That is the first thing. Now, knowing your destination will determine the route you will take. The route you take will determine the means of transportation. Now, the means of transportation will determine the kind of passengers you meet. So all these things matter. So sometimes it is wrong approach that is making us feel like we're not doing enough. Wrong approach. I know where I'm headed. I found out the route to take, what vehicle to enter, the kind of people I will meet. If I figure these things out, I will now streamline myself. I know that my association matters. That means association is key now in this, because people going the same way with you. I don't have any business entering a bus of people going to Abuja when I'm going to Lagos. I don't have business with them. Do you understand?
Okay.
So it's more inclined towards purpose discovery. Purpose discovery.
True.
I don't know why I'm hammering on this.
But that's
purpose
true.
discovery.
Okay. I think
Thank
you've
you.
given me something to think
So
about.
you go and
for the rest of
reevaluate
the- Ogochukwu,
and prepare.
we both need to come for evaluate so that we'll sit down and evaluate our lives.
our
Because
lives.
I actually think that this is a conversation we have not delved into as much as we should. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to. So perhaps we'll have a continuation of this conversation.
I'll be glad to hear it.
I have questions for you, and I'm sure Ogochukwu,
I have questions as well.
Ogochukwu is
I
ready.
I do mentorship and counseling too. So
Okay.
Oh.
you can
Thank
book
you
one-on-one,
so
but it's not
much.
cheap.
We'll talk about that
We'll
later.
think about it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for joining us.
This was a very insightful one.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, that was Mr. Joseph Nnaji, the lead coach of EquiThrive Global. To every young person out there, I think the take home should be start where you are and stay through to it until it begins to make sense. On that note, we're wrapping up this segment. Up next on the AM Weekend Show is our conversation with a cultural troupe right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.